Good afternoon across the continent of Africa. Good afternoon, all of you. Those watching me on Twitter and those watching me, listening to me across the globe, in America, in China, Russia, Australia, South America, Europe, and the continent of Africa. Friends, today is a great day for me. Born in the mountains of Uganda, educated in the mountains in my country. About 39 years ago, I left my country after a military coup taking place on 27th of July, Saturday, 10 o'clock, 1985. I arrived in the wilderness together with the former president of the Republic of Uganda, the late Dr. Milton Obote, and others. For the last 39 years, I have been struggling for freedom, for the people of Uganda, not for my freedom, for the freedom of the people of Uganda, for the freedom of democratic space, return of political parties in my country. Remember His Excellency General Yoweri Museveni came to power, abrogated the constitution and removed political parties, stopped any functioning of political parties, and introduced what we call a one-man merit or a merit system where all Ugandans stood on. And I want to thank His Excellency for having made his history, for having shown us that merit and to stand on merit, to remain on merit, to remain as a person chosen to go to parliament, have merit on your own, let people have confidence in you. When I left Uganda, I left as a member of the Uganda People's Congress. I have remained a member of Uganda's People's Congress, the party that I joined in 1968 as a youth. I'll remain a member, but a progressive member of the Uganda People's Congress who sees which direction the politics of our country takes. I campaigned for political parties to return to my country. I was a frequent visitor on CNN, Sky News, ITN, BBC, Focus on Africa, BBC World Service. I have taken part in debates until political parties returned and the people started forming, revamping their political parties. Ladies and gentlemen, in this time that I have been away, and I will continue to be away, in the 39 years, I've learned quite a lot in exile. I want to thank the people of Britain for having given me political asylum, for having taken me, housed me, clothed me, fed me when I did not have food to eat, when I did not have clothes to wear, when I did not have tools of analysis to be able to engage the international community. Today, I want to proudly tell you that through the efforts of the late Her Majesty, the Queen, and her people, the government of Britain, by then, the time we entered in this country, in Britain, where I am now, where I live, and I live resettled, settled. I want to thank them for the hospitality that they have accorded to several other refugees like me. For the hospitality that they have accorded us, they give us the direction of tools of analysis to go back to school, to learn tools of analysis, to be able to engage, to impact to the world, to be able to tell the world the experiences, to nurture a better world, a world with a democratic space, a world where reconciliation, a world without violence, a world full of peace without conflict. I took a course which was the wish of my late father, whom I've never buried because he died when I was in exile. I took a wish and studied political science in London School of Guildhall University in Aldergate East. I earned my papers and proceeded to continue with other engagements, to read further, to find the tools of conflict resolution, strategic management. This is the money you see here. Also studied the tools of media, how the social media affects the world. Became an investigative journalist, a communicator, worked with Sky News, worked with several other agencies across the world, a peacemaker, a model of mediation that I have gathered while in exile. Today, therefore, marks a great day for me. On this journey, several obstacles have come, they have gone. I've lost friends, I've lost those we fled together with, I've lost the president himself, whom I served very diligently up to 1985, 25th, 27th July, 10 o'clock, when our own army overthrew us. We all went through all the processes up to where we are today. The rest is big history that I cannot narrate in the shortest time that I have done this presentation to the world. There are many things that have changed. In my pursuit for knowledge and more education, I've read the books of Francis Fukuyama. One of the things that I picked from Francis Fukuyama's books is the decay of democracy, the decay of order, and the decay of political democracy. The more things move, Francis Fukuyama said, which I have here in and out. I've read the books of Plato Republic. I've read the books of Prince Machiavelli, the Prince. I've read all of Aristotle, Karl Marx. But the more things move, the more they decay. Today is therefore, today is a sad day. A sad day in the sense that it's a sad day in the sense that I have taken a stand. It's a sad day and a great day for me, and a great day for the people of Uganda, a great day for the people of Africa, and a great day for the people of Britain and the United Kingdom. I have been a member of the Labour Party. I have never voted any other party. I've done my miracles within my constituency in Croydon Central, later on turned to Croydon West. I want to thank my MP, Sarah Jones. Continue with the good work that you are doing for the people of United Kingdom. We shall support you wherever you are to win another term. When you are tired, you can surrender it to some of us who are eagerly waiting for it. I have stood by the people of Africa. I differed with Tony Blair on the question of Zimbabwe. The one country that I have defended across the globe is the Republic of Zimbabwe. With a volunteer heart of mine, not a paid mercenary, not paid to do, not through NGOs, not through the politics of dark forces that come to dismember Africa, that are paid to dismember our states. I defended Zimbabwe against all the odds, including threats of assassination attempts on my life. I want to thank the Scotland Yard. I want to thank for having come across an attempt to assassinate me. And you warned me. You put me under protective custody with my family. I want to thank my wife and my children. I want to thank, we stayed in fear for almost 5 years because of the defense of the country called Zimbabwe and Mugabe at that time. I have no regrets whatsoever that my disagreement with Tony Blair was to tell the world the truth. What is it that you wanted to do to a country instead of engaging this country called Zimbabwe? That was my position. Engagement, wider dialogue is always Dr. Matsanga's theme in his heart. My heart has always been, let's try engagement. Ladies and gentlemen, the more things worked in the direction of, engagement, the more Tony Blair did not like to engage the people of Zimbabwe. Back to my country. My state of affairs, the state of affairs of our country. Political parties were allowed. And I want to take this opportunity to thank President Museveni for having allowed political parties, the ones that I participated in, to ask for, where we got assassination threats, attempts, all sorts of and manner of things from some of the people who enjoy political multipartism, like a Dr. Besigye, who never wanted in his life ever to have political parties back in Uganda, because he served diligently under President Museveni as a political commissioner who stopped, who made the roadmap of the National Resistance Army, of which I was opposed to in the formation and the failure to return democratic space to the people of Uganda. I have nothing to hide, nothing to say we are going to tell, we shouldn't say it. Besigye can be seen as a savior today, but he wasn't. a savior that time. The number of people, the force Obote back, Foba, lamped on some of us, lamped on people that never took place. That was imaginary. Many of my comrades are not here today to speak. I will speak on their behalf. They have died. They have gone. But here we are, Dr. Besigye. This is what we fought for you to enjoy multipartyism. I want to honor one man still standing. Luchamuzi, thank you. Ken Luchamuzi, my brother, thank you. My brother, thank you. You found me in London struggling for political parties to return. You joined me. The conferences I called in London for you to come. The people who have perished, let Peter Otai, I owe you. You struggled. The most of all those people who perished, struggling for political pluralism to return to our country. We are embarrassed today. We're embarrassed in the sense that the younger generation that has taken over the political parties, including Besigye, have embarrassed me. They have embarrassed me in the sense that they are not united. They have used these political parties as a vehicle, a commercial vehicle, to engage themselves in commercialism, politics of venture, politics of commercial enterprising, of picking money from foreign agencies to come to torment the same people they are supposed to represent. I did not do that. I have never picked money from any NGO in the world. I've never called for sanctions against Uganda, despite so many things. I lost a wife, I lost a father, I've lost several relatives whom I have never buried. But I've never called for sanctions to come and hurt my people. The Mogani Changarais who called for sanctions, may God rest their souls in peace. You can now see what Zimbabwe is going through today. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been painful. Painful in the sense that all these things have happened to one man. In 39 years, I've seen a transformation of our state back in Uganda. I teach political science. I read political science to the last iota on the planet Earth. If you bring me an exam, even when I've closed my eyes and ask me questions, I will answer right for you an essay of 20 pages. And I give a credit where it is due. Where President Museveni has given a credit, has done very well, I give him a credit. That is what the type of opposition that the British establishment, while I'm in Britain, that is what I was taught by my teachers, by my professors. And I want to thank Professor, one of my professors who wrote the book of The Sowing of the Mustard Seed. Prof, this is the student you failed first when we are doing our PhD analysis. You failed me. But today I'm a very proud man. And I thank you very much. I don't want to say your name here, but I have just said you edited The Sowing of the Mustard Seed. You have a forward there of President Museveni. My disagreement at that time with you, Professor, when you marked my essay down, was I wrote an essay of, was democracy, is democracy in Uganda a myth or reality? At that time, a single-party democracy was a myth. It was not a reality. But you did not understand me. And perhaps now we are on the same level. We can understand each other. But I want to go back and thank President Museveni for accepting to reintroduce multi-parties. It has really shown that This is what we are not capable. I want to be very honest. Democracy does not grow today, 2 days, 3 days. It took United Kingdom, where I am now, 1,000 years today to be as it stands. It has grown, evolved towards, in political science on democracy, evolve, to evolve. Another word, institutions. If you don't have those two, you can't have democracy. And if you overuse one or push one beyond what, you bring anarchy, like what Chagulanyi and others are doing in political parties in Uganda today. Fragmentation of political parties. All Ugandan political parties, opposition political parties, have two factions. That is not what Dr. Masanga fought for. That is not what I lost my years in exile. Always on BBC, always on ITN, always on Sky News, always in conferences, always fighting President Museveni, demonstrations, gathering outside where President Museveni comes into London. I have to organize people to come down at the streets of London to oppose President Museveni. At that age, this is not what I fought for. The type of political parties, that opposition that is taking place in Uganda is not the one I fought for. It is a foreign sponsored, instigated type of political parties, opposition parties, funded. All of them, look, they have two factions, one faction. Even Dr. Besigye himself has two factions within his own party. Bob Kyagulanyi has two in his own party. Two factions. Some don't want, some want. DP, Mao has gone. Another one has gone. This is not the politics I wanted. I, as a person who suffered, Mao is a younger man, small younger man, very small. He used to come to London when I was fighting. Both militarily, I've been in camps, I've fought battles, and then intellectually. He used to be in NRM, a strong advocate of NRM, one-party state. Painful. All these parties you see there, Mugisha Muntu, all of these guys, they have been in the ones that made us to reach where we are. But we don't want to look behind this. We want to move forward as Ugandans in multipartyism. Multipartyism does not mean you become an opponent of President Museveni and hate him forever. Hate him personally. Talk about him 365 days. Excuse me, hello? Is there somebody listening to me? Let's go to the platform and talk. Let me challenge Besigye to come and tell me why we should have, from one day, day one to last day, talk about Museveni, President Museveni. No, we need to give Ugandans alternative voice. A voice with people, with views, with alternatives. If in case President Museveni is not there, his party is not there, what can we do? Another one says, I hate Museveni, I hate Museveni. Up to when? You are not giving us alternative, younger man. When I started politics, you are not even born. So listen to us, Kyagulanyi. We the elders, and I've told in Ambition, I'm addressing you in Ambition. My brother, I've told you, I've warned you that the root of that party will cause you problems. We gave you the votes, but you are not giving us anything. You are taking us to chaos. I am not interested in chaos. I am not interested in violence. Because I understand what political science is. Let's sit and talk as Ugandans. Let's disagree to disagree. If you find that the space is not good enough, stay like me. I've stayed where I am. I'm not going to involve myself because in Uganda politics, I am today announcing a retirement from Uganda opposition politics. Ladies and gentlemen, I have retired from Uganda opposition bad politics. That is my purpose of talking to you today. I have nothing much. From today onwards, for 39 years, my history is very clear. I've tried, I've brought peace in northern Uganda. I have negotiated the return of tranquility. No guns will ever come to northern Uganda to molest anybody. President Museveni, Ruakana Rugunda, and the rest of all my people in the delegation, I want to thank you. We did our best to bring about peace. I have withdrawn, retired from the opposition politics of Uganda to seek further engagement on the African continent. I am available, Your Excellency, President Museveni, for engagement on the African continent for any other assignments. If they are available, I will continue to work for a Pan-African dream, a dream that delivers Pan-Africanism, the unity that Africa needs in order to fight the toxic fangs of imperialism that still litter our continent. Mr. President, I am here to tap. You can tap my knowledge. You can tap my tools of analysis on international scene. Don't bring me into the political arena of Uganda. It's narrow. Me, I am on international scene. I seek and I am open. I'm here to work on African continent. I'm going to tell you what next. My papers are ready. I'm here to forward them. I'm here to label them, anyone to scrutinize them. Let's go. I am here to stand for Africa. I'm here to speak for Africa. I'm here to make an African Union, an African continent work, remove conflicts, remove wars, remove militarism. The military of West Africa impressed me. I am very impressed with the military guys of West Africa. When I went to Burkina Faso, this younger man impressed me. The type of things he's doing, because he has calculated discipline. When I looked at Kagame, the type of things he has done for Rwanda, he has calculated discipline. Africa needs discipline. Africa needs people disciplined. Our democracy needs to be tampered with some form of discipline. You don't go to Rwanda and start throwing rubbish on the streets and walk like some cities in Africa do. So, Mr. President of my country, Your Excellency, we have been battling since 1978 together, 79 together with you on this route in the UNLF Military Commission. I was in Mwanga's office. You know very well. I worked with Wadada Nabdele, Dan Wadada Nabdele, Nasasira, Yashitandon, Omonyo Joe. Rugumayo is alive, can tell you. He's seeing me. If you can see him, give him the tape. You will know that that's the child Rugumayo nurtured. I want to thank Professor Rugumayo. There is something Professor Rugumayo said way back in 1979, which still sticks in my mind. He said, positive neutrality. Rugumayo, Professor Edward Rugumayo, thank you. You taught me one word, positive neutrality, constructive engagement. You didn't know I would be a follower of constructive engagement, not because you want to become a traitor. I can't become a traitor. I can't betray my party. My party is Uganda People's Congress. It has a problem of leadership. That's their problem, internal. But I will not sell my card. No, no. I will stick where I am, but go and give advice where needed. Where President Museveni does a good thing, I will say, thank you, Your Excellency. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for what you have done. I want to thank you for what you have done to change Uganda. My home had no drinking water, no tap water. We have now. I've never seen it. I've never drunk it. But the people got money to go and get drinking water, to put pipes. There's piped water in my house. There is electricity in my home. My people who remained there are watching me as I speak now on their phones. Mr. President, that's good. There are good things, that 3/4 that you have done very well. Income. If you follow the income, Ugandans have income. They have money. You can, if you put up a cooperative society. I like the model of the village parish model. I give it credit where it is. Your village model should be emulated by several African heads of state, that people crowd in the village, you buy cows, and you all share the money. It's not communism. It's purely you are making money, and you are making things better. From 2 cows, you buy 20 cows. 20 cows, you buy 40. 40, you buy 200. 200, you buy 1,000 and 1 million cows if you have the money. According to how you are doing it. It also brings unity. There is one thing you can play about, and you can say, you can't play about security in Uganda. You can play about so many other things. But President Museveni, I thank you for the security. You brought security for our nation, our region. You sent troops into Somalia. We want to allow such things. Without your troops in Somalia, Somalia would have been dead, completely dead. We would have had a jihadist state next to us, where Al-Shabaab, although we know where Al-Shabaab is in Qatar, they would be coming to kill us on a daily basis. You have done a great job. You need hands to go forward. My hands will help you on an African view, Pan-African view. I feel for the people of Biafra. I feel for the people of Amazonia. I feel for the people of Libya. I feel for the people of Congo. I feel for the people of Central African Republic. I feel for the people of Somalia. I feel for the people who are under war in Sudan, in Khartoum. I feel for those 2 great friends of mine, the 2 generals. I feel for those people who are suffering when the UN is holding donor conferences for Ukraine. We are not having a donor conference for Sudan. I feel for my continent. I want to work for my continent. Mr. President, I'm available. My papers are ready. The papers are ready. And we are able people to work. This job of Pan-Africanism needs 24 hours alert people, able to walk, able to talk, able to silence people, able to say no to the hijack of our organization called Pan-African African Union. We have been hijacked, Mr. President. We have no African Union today. We have French African Union taken by the French. People are upset. We have no direction. We have manipulated many wars instead of silencing the guns. You told us 2020 guns will be over. Where are they? There are more. Mr. President, I take this opportunity, the people of the world, my people of Biafra, my people of Amazonia, my people of West Africa, Burkina Faso, Niger, Mali, the people of Libya, those who suffer under the bondage of the French hegemony, the division of their state into two factions of Benghazi and Tripoli, pains me on a daily basis, Mr. President. The killing of Gaddafi by Sarkozy, personally, I have not taken it lying. I have filed applications. I have stood against International Criminal Court. I want to thank the people of Kenya for having given me the platform to stand against International Criminal Court, to finish it, deflate it, until the 6 Ocampo people, including President William Ruto, will not be speaking out on a platform anywhere without my intervention. I will take my credit. Former President Uhuru Kenyatta would not be flying to Boston or America today without my intervention. People were quiet. If people don't recognize you, you must say it yourself. I've not gone to seek money from any of them. You can hate me, I don't mind. But I've told you I intervened. I intervened to expose the International Criminal Court. I told you, Ocampo, you're a liar. I told the ICC that people died in Kenya, but you did not investigate. You just used the French George Soros operations to look for witnesses, buy witnesses, procure witnesses, and kill the institution of ICC. You wanted to detain President Ruto. You wanted to detain former President Uhuru Kenyatta. You wanted to detain, you detained Babuko, France. You detained Pierre Bemba, France. You wanted to detain Gaddafi's son, France. Hey, let's go. Why did you detain Ouattara? Why did you detain Mr. Babuko and you left Mr. Ouattara, France? Why did you detain Bemba and you left the president who invited Bemba to Central African Republic? Why did you take Ntaganda? Why did you take Thomas Lubanga and you left the people, the president, Kabila, and the other troops of Congo, whom you should have indicted together? In Kenya, you came and separated, cut people in 2 pieces. This one 3, this one 3. I refused. And up to today, I'm retiring to concentrate on such things that come to attack Africa. I want to thank the people of Tanzania. President Suluhu, thank you very much. Your peace efforts, your silent diplomacy pays in East Africa. I want to say why, but I know it and I'm capable. I thank you so much for helping some people who might not say thank you. But I thank you very much for what you have done silently in East Africa to create peace and harmony. May your leadership grow stronger, and for having used the strategy of redemption strategy, the strategy of returning all opposition leaders in Africa, in Tanzania, are back in Tanzania. There is no opposition leader outside Tanzania today. They all talk from inside Tanzania. Mr. President, continue with that spirit. I want to thank Emerson Mnangagwa, a great friend of mine for 24 years. As I retire from active opposition politics, which I had retired since 2008, after signing an agreement and meeting President Museveni in Kampala for 8 hours. We sat, all of us, in the presence of Chisano and other presidents available there who were there. I want to thank you all, Chisano, for that meeting. I retired. I would never use force in my life to acquire power. I will always preach a peaceful solutions for Africa to attain any form of development. I want to thank you all for that, for having said, let's talk, let's sit down. Gordon Brown, the former Prime Minister of Britain, thank you very much for endorsing my going to Juba to negotiate in the peace process on behalf of the rebels that were fighting the government of Uganda. The peace has returned. It will be permanent. It will never be shaken by anything else unless you yourselves want to spoil it. I did my best. Ladies and gentlemen, President Mnangagwa, you have been my friend for 24 years. I knew you way back when Tony Blair became cantankerous and I wanted to put sanctions on this great nation called Zimbabwe. I rejected. I want to thank you. I want you to emulate the example of constructive engagement. Constructive engagement, wider dialogue. Zimbabwe has suffered sanctions. We have tried, I've stood firm, I've gone everywhere, I've traveled planes, I've become more or less like a pilot. When some people crew see me on the plane, they think I am, where is this guy going again? But all along, I was looking for peace. I was looking to remove sanctions against this great nation of Southern Africa. You have done very well so far. You have pulled out. Don't allow yourself to go to the darker areas which made us to have a bad name. Build from here, allow consensus. Talk to these opposition leaders. Talk to Chamisa. Sit down and talk to him. He's your child. He's your younger man. Talk to him. Chamisa also pick up the struggle. A struggle cannot be won only by fighting and opposing forever. It can be won by also engaging in other ways where you can find peace. You are still my friend. I'll get a time now that I'm free. I'm not encumbered by anything. Publicly, I don't want to hear anything. I will be neutral in the Uganda politics. I will speak right what I feel is good for my people of Uganda. I will continue to practice my investigative journalism, speak about what is good for Africa. If I find people are not doing the right thing, for example, now in Uganda, why do you want to march to destroy our parliament? Yet Articles 82 to 97 are obnoxious, obsolete. Change them. Accountability, administration. Speaker can administer the parliament, but the speaker should not be allowed to touch the money. Let there be an accounting body that gives the money, how much should be paid, how much should be used, how much should be removed. That's all. Why do you waste time? Why do you want to march and be killed? Why do you want to walk and put yourself at harm? MPs, go to your MPs and look at the Constitution of 1995. Was made in 1995 when people were good. Now things are not good, Mr. President. Look at those sections. Where is your Attorney General to advise you? Those sections are obnoxious. They give the speaker the money. She has not committed any crime. She has not, because the money is already appropriated. And she spends what is appropriated. But you cannot be the same one presiding over appropriation and then the same one presiding over payments. That's where the problem of our country is. And you want to destroy the country by marching to destroy, to ban the parliament in Uganda. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. There must be a leader to talk the truth. What is it? What, at this age, I have to talk my truth. God will ask me, why didn't you say it? You don't need to march and destroy the parliament. You need to tell your MP, we want to change the laws from 82 article, 82 chapter 6, 82, 83, 84, up to 97. Change those, repeal those laws, such that there is an accounting body for the parliament and the administrative body, where the speaker and the deputy speaker are administrative not money. Administrative bills to be passed, oversight. You can't preside over the same money and then be the one to give out the same money. It's no. Those laws are not good. Our constitution is not very good. Therefore, these are some of the things I will be helping Dr. Rwakana Rugunda to give to His Excellency, the President, that some of these things don't, you see, you can't, Singapore became Singapore because it put people on the firing squad. Yes, yes, you can't finish corruption by attacking the parliament, by going to destroy, ban the parliament. You can't finish corruption. You can finish corruption if you give longer sentences to people as a deterrent for anybody who will touch that money.